All right. Good morning, traders. Welcome to another beautiful week. As you all know, here on the Smart Candles, basically what we'll do is what trade smart money. So every Monday we'll come here on this channel, we'll look at the chart, look at the directional buyers for the week, and how to be profitable trading just smart money concepts. So if that is what you're interested in, please do well to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment below. We'll be starting right away as usual. We're starting with Bitcoin. We're starting with Bitcoin this morning. So first we'll go to the weekly level to actually understand what Bitcoin is, telling us from the weekly level, because that's how we determine our directional bias. We have to look at the weekly level down to daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, all the way to our entry time frame. So here we are on the weekly level. We're marking the most current price action on the weekly level. I believe my chat is up and my mic is audible enough. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section. If you can see my screen, please let me know in the comment section. And if this is your first time here too, let me also know in the comment section. Alright, so we are here on Bitcoin chart. This is a weekly price action for Bitcoin. So first, what we have to do is to mark price action. At this point here, I have this sweep, followed by what? A break of structure at this level. Alright, we have a break of structure at that level. At this level here, we had this sweep. So having all of this, what is the next place to look out for? You have to look out for our demand zone. So if we look at this break we had at the upside, this current break here, we had this demand level here. It was this weekly demand level. So from the weekly level, you can see price is currently what? Within this order block or this demand zone. So now we've already seen where price is reacting from or where the price is now. So what we have to do now is what? We have to scale down to the daily, then 4 hours to actually what? Get a precise entry or a directional bias for Bitcoin for this week. So from the weekly, we can see that price is already sitting in the demand level. So let's take this out, then go to daily time frame. All right, so here we're on the daily time frame on Bitcoin. So this is the daily. Let's get to mark this properly. So at this level here, we have our break of structure, just like what we had on the weekly. We have our break of structure. We have this demand level here. Coming from this particular demand, we have this. It was the last break we had to upside. All right. So from the daily, we can see that what price has dropped into the weekly demand level, which we're expecting price to drop into. So now we'll go to 4 hours to actually get a more precise entry. But if you see something on this daily level, we can see that from the daily we are bearish. From the daily we are bearish. And what can you see? From this level here, we had a change of character here. On the daily, this was a change of character at this point, followed by this break of structure to this zone. So this is what we have on the daily, which tells us that we have a zone right at this point, and if we should go down to a lower time frame, definitely we should have a zone at this point. On the daily, this is like what, an inducement for us. So let's go down to the 4 hours to actually get a more precise view of what the market is telling us on 4 hours. So first, we can see that the price has already mitigated this zone. This was the zone we marked on the weekly, and daily price has mitigated this zone. So let me just take it a bit off so we can actually see the most current price action on 4 hours. I don't want it to look so complicating. So looking at this most recent price action on 4 hours here, let's get to label this. So let me take out this. All right, then get to adjust this. Okay, so this is the price action on 4 hours. So if you look at this level here, price took out this supply, we had a sweep, and price would continue to the downside, and giving us what, a change of character at this level. We had this change of character on 4 hours. Yeah. After having that change of character, the next thing we had was a break of structure on 4 hours. And price dropped back into this zone. So from the 4 hours level, let's get to mark our supplies. So we have this supply. This is what I can see on 4 hours. We have this supply here, and this level is our inducement. So let's go down to the 1 hour to actually see if we can get any trade opportunity. So from this now, you can see that from this particular analysis, you can see that from the 4 hours and daily, market was what? Market was bearish. And market has tapped into this other block, and the market is trying to reverse to the upside. So for us to actually confirm that we are bullish on Bitcoin, it has to break this level. Bitcoin has to break $116,000 for us to actually confirm that we are back to what? Bullish phase. Provided we stay below this, price, $116,000, then we should expect further movement to the downside. So for us to actually confirm we are bullish, we have to see price break above this high. So that's why we have this supply still sitting at this point. And if you look at this supply, is a valid supply because it actually swept liquidity at this level. This liquidity was taken above this high, the previous high we had. So we have this supply still intact. So now let's go down to the 1 hour to actually see if we can get a continuation to the upside. Because if you should look at the chart before us, this is an external high at this level, and this is an external low. Meaning whatever we have here is what? Retracement or correctional phase. And basically that's how we're going to make our directional bias based on what the market has presented before us. So let's step down to maybe 2 hours or 1 hour, but we should still be having some bias similar to what we have on the 2 hours or 1 hour too. Alright, so from the 2 hours, this other block here, or this supply zone, is still intact. So let's get to look if we can get a continuation phase to join this bias to the upside. So we have this supply, we have this break of structure at this level here. Now let's look at this. Don't forget, this price is reacting to weekly, daily, and 4 hours demand at this point. Don't forget, if maybe you just joined, go back to check where we started from. Price is reacting from a zone. Okay, let me just put that here. Alright, so that was the weekly and daily zone the price is reacting to. So here we're on the 2 hours. So if you look at this, you can see we had this point, which was a low, and you see this price dropped, giving us a new low at this point. After we had this new low, this was the internal high. So at this point, we had this internal change of character. And externally, this was what? The last high. So this was where we had the overall change of character, which tells you that what price has finally broken out of the external high. So we have this change of character, and having this change of character, we have this demand. And based on our trading pattern, let's get to check if this demand meets our criteria for taking our trades. So we have this here at this level. Don't forget, we are targeting this supply above. So whatever we are doing, we have to trade in that direction. And nevertheless, we have this supply that price can react to. But we want to trade the extreme. Because trading extreme zones has more probability of holding, and the profitability is higher than trading a sub zone. And that's why we're working with this extreme supply zone. So what do we want to see? We already have what? This level given to us as what? Our inducement. We have this as our inducement. At this level, we have a nice push from this point, and price still continue to the upside. You should know that if you have this zone giving you this break of structure, this is definitely what? An inducement. So this is an inducement. We still have our fair value gap. Let me zoom out. We still have our fair value gap resting below this point. So we want to actually see this price come back into this zone. Then we'll continue to the upside. So what was our trade entry? So for this week, expect a correctional move to this zone, and price should come back to this level. Let's place our buy order. So this is what we want to have at this point. This is what we want to have. So we're going for 1:3. So this is 1:3. If we are to actually get on this trade, this is our 1:3. And if you want to hold to the upside all the way to this point, this is a 1:7. Now, what's the best thing I would advise if you want to more than 1:3? The best thing to actually do if you want to go for more than 1:3 is, if this price comes back into this point, if this price should retrace to this point, then give you this 1:3. Definitely this price should give you a break of structure. And having a break of structure, you should be able to get another order block along the line. So the best thing to do is close this at your 1:3, or if you want to open two positions, close the first one here and hold the second one. Maybe you want to hold this, the second trade you took from this point all the way to this point. But best I will advise is close this one at your 1:3, then wait for another confirmation, maybe a break of structure. Price gives you what? An inducement. Then come back into this level, or another close order block that will be created along this line. Price should definitely give you another order block. But if you don't get to see it, no problem, you move on to the next one. But if price gives you this order block here, then you take another buy and still continue. That's the best way. I actually prefer taking my trade or stacking my positions. So that's what we're expecting on Bitcoin. So from Bitcoin this morning, we can see we are looking for buys. We're looking for buys, and if this price fails to get into this zone, then we want to sell from this level. Now let's move to gold. Let's see the price action for gold and what we are expecting this week from gold. I believe the Bitcoin chart is actually copied by everyone, and if you check the comment section, you can see the WhatsApp group ping in the comment section for those that are not on the WhatsApp community, because all of these analysis will be shared on the WhatsApp community. Every analysis we'll do every Monday, I will do well to send all of them to WhatsApp and the Telegram community. Check the description of this video for the Telegram community, and check the comment section of this live section now for the WhatsApp community, the Telegram and the WhatsApp, same information going in there. So do well to join both of them so you don't get to miss out on any information that will be shared or any chart analysis that will be shared. Or trade ideas will also be shared there too. Alright, so let's get to look at gold. I believe we all copied Bitcoin, so we are good to go. Alright, so here we are on gold, and let's get to look at gold from the daily level. From the daily level here, what we can see. So if we look at gold from the daily, we can see we have this break of structure here. Gold has actually been pushing to the upside massively. We have this one at that level. We have another break of structure at this level. Yeah. And if we are to look at where price is reacting from, I can see it seems price is actually reacting from this level on the daily. So on the daily, this is what we have. The price reacting from this level. Now let's step down to 4 hours. So after a long sell on gold for the past 2 weeks, alright, so this is what we have on 4 hours. This is what we have. Okay, price is actually yet to drop into this level. But let's look at overall. What has price been doing? Price behavior. So at this level here, we have this change of character. We have this change of character at that level. We have this break of structure. We have this break of structure, the downside, which tells us that what this zone is still in control. For this price to actually break and continue all the way to the upside, we want to see price clear this high. Price has to clear this level here. Price has to clear this level here. So now what's our anticipation for gold, or what do you think next move we have to take? Good. If you look closely, this is what our external high and low, and we're expecting this price to dip into this, but on the daily level, price has already tapped into this demand level. Price already tapped, but on the 4 hours, price is actually yet to tap here. So let's get to mark what we are seeing on the 4 hours before stepping down to the 1 hour. So at this level here, I can see we have a change of character. At that level, a change of character. Price gave us a break of structure. So if price has given us a break of structure, we have to go down to the 1 hour to look for entry confirmation to actually take this price all the way to this supply level here. Let's step down to 1 hour. Let's see what we have on 1 hour. Alright, so from the 1 hour, we have this change of character here is valid, followed by what? A break of structure. So we have that break of structure, and I can see price came back into this other block here. Price came back into this other block, and That's why we have this push to the upside, taking out all of what this liquidity that was resting here. So what was the current price action on gold we have to look at for now? Have this high taken out. Have this other block. There's an other block resting at this point, but we can also see that what we have liquidity resting below here. We have this liquidity resting at these lows. So we have to label this first, because when actually what marking your zones, you have to tick all boxes. You have to tick all boxes. All right, so let's get to look at this now. So from our rule, so we have this level. This is what I want to see. So I actually want to see this price clear this level and drop to the downside, but uh, I don't think gold will actually come back to this. I don't think gold will actually come back to this level. It only takes something like news event for actually drop all the way to this point. But nevertheless, this is my anticipation and bias for. I want to see gold take out all of this liquidity and price drop into this level before continuing to the upside. Now let's get to look at this supply I mentioned on 1 hour. I have all of this level, and from my this in rules, this level I will actually want to see price sweep above these highs. This is what I want to see, because already I have 1 2 3 all liquidity. So I will actually want to see maybe price giving me a confirmation on the 15 minutes, or price sweeping this high. Price sweeping this high. I want to see price sweep this high. Let's have something like this. Then price gets to sweep this high, come back down, then what? Before I will continue this sell. So that's what I want to see on if I actually want to take this sell. And whatever is the case, definitely I'm going to also send this to the WhatsApp and the Telegram community. So I've already said it. The Telegram channel is in the description of this video. The WhatsApp community is pinned in the comment section of this particular live stream now. So this is our anticipation for gold. We've already missed. Like I said, we've already missed the buy. The only thing that can make us actually partake in this buy is if this price is able to drop down to clear all of this liquidity. That's the only thing that will actually make us take this buy on. So for the sell, we want to see market actually sweep the liquidity. Because what we have here is liquidities. I want to see price actually take out this liquidity. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. You're looking for a valid supply too. This is where we should be anticipating. So this liquidity here is very, very important. Price will actually sweep it, give us a confirmation for us to take a sell, and easy peasy. So that's what we have on. We have on gold. Let's go to our very good friend, my own very good friend, USD JPY. USD JPY and GBP JPY. And I think after this we'll get to look at other people's pair. So do well to leave your pair in the comment section, and we're going to run through it very fast and very sniping. So do well to leave your pair in the comment section. Once I'm done with USD JPY and GBP JPY, we'll also get to look at that pair of interest you are also looking at for. So we'll also get to help you look at it too. So this is USD JPY. We'll just start from the daily. So this is USD JPY daily time frame, and as we've always said, the person saying Bitcoin, maybe you're just coming now. Bitcoin is always the first pair we do analyze on this channel every Monday. We always start with Bitcoin followed by gold. So maybe you're just joining now. We've already looked at Bitcoin. Maybe I will just once I'm done with this, I will just open we have on Bitcoin, then you get to see, or when we're done with this live, you can go back to watch the starting part. So this is what we have on USD JPY daily time frame. So from the daily, always had this projection of USD/JPY, we're expecting what? More bullish move to the upside because of what? Old highs. So this is what we have. So this is what we have. Clinton, I will come back to your comment. Let's finish with USD/JPY. Okay, so this is USD/JPY. We can see price pushing to the upside. So from the daily, we are expecting more bullish move on USD/JPY to the upside. And if we are to look at the most current price action we have, you can see we have, this was a valid break here. Have another one here. So this was the last break at this level. So let's step down to 4 hours. So we already know that this level here is what? Our liquidity point. So we'll label this LQ meaning what? Our liquidity point. So whatever we are doing, we want to actually see this price to the upside. Now let's step down to the 4 hours. Alright, so this on 4 hours, this is what we have on 4 hours. So let's get to label this our break of structure. This is what we have, our break of structure. And where is the current order block we should be looking for price to actually come back into? This is the zone 4 hours here. We have this zone. We have this zone here. And we can see market has already created all of this liquidity for us, but price is yet to actually tap into this. And based on the overall bias from the daily, because we should check the daily. So from the daily, we can actually see that price is what? Bullish. The price is bullish, and coming down to 4 hours now, we can actually see that what? The price is still what? Bullish, because this was the last break and price hasn't taken out this low. So since price hasn't taken out this low, we actually want to see this price come back into this point. We actually want to see this price come back into this level here, this level. So now looking at this level, let's get to go down to the 1 hour to actually understand if we have any trade idea for this. So on the 1 hour, let's get to refine this order block. Okay, so this is what I have on the 1 hour here. This is what we have on 1 hour price action. So looking at the 1 hour, the internal price action here, we had a change of character. We have this change of character, 1 hour, and followed by this break of structure. We have what? This liquidity provided and price tapped into this supply. Price tapped into this supply, and that's why we have this sell to the downside. So let's get to see if we have any other sell opportunity. At this point here, we have this sweep. This wasn't a valid break. Market just swept liquidity and market is reversing to the upside. So if this market just sweeps liquidity, then we have to be very, very careful, because now look at why I say we have to be very, very careful. The fair value gap here has already been filled, and price made use of this. That was when price came into this point. The fair value gap has been filled, meaning what? There is reason for this price to actually continue to the upside. Now, price has already tapped into this point and fair value gap has been filled. If you even look at the other block I have here, this other block is here without any fair value gap sitting again. Now, the only thing we have here is what? More liquidity just created. You want to look at the supply. We can't actually look out for taking a value trade from this supply zone because this doesn't get to meet all of our trading criteria. We don't have what inducement created before this zone. So if we are to look based on what price did here, market is likely to what? Sweep this high off. And that's how we went to the daily level. So now, if you look at the daily, the price is bullish. From the weekly, the price is also bullish. 4 hours, the price is bullish. So if you want to come take this sell, it's a risky one, except we want to actually what go in with a 15 minutes entry confirmation, and that is something we have to look out for. But I'll actually prefer this market to come back down. I'm not interested in this sell. I'm not interested in this sell. If I've actually had this break below, like breaking with candle body below, then giving me this for this price, then I'll actually look out for sell. So that's it. All right, let me get to check the comment section so that I can address some questions. Okay, so Clayton said for good, I was actually thinking the sell from the supply zone will hold based off of fundamentals. All right, so let's go back to that gold trade. Let's go back and let's get to see what you are saying. All right, so Clinton, now let me get to explain something for you. When you talk about fundamentals, one thing people don't know about fundamentals is price don't just move. Price don't just move. Price move, or market makers they drive price to where there is hidden liquidity. And if you don't have experience, you want to click or buy or click or sell. Now, look at this point. I believe you're attending the class. So from the class, what did I teach, or what was explained in that class? I actually said what when you have this type of scenario, you should avoid the market. You should avoid this particular setup. Now, I'm actually speaking from what my own personal experience, and maybe for those that have actually been trading that on Discord, they will know that what this point has a high tendency of failing. Now, I will take you back to Bitcoin. The analysis we had was like 2 weeks back. I will take you back to that particular setup. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, there's a supply here, but there's a liquidity above this supply here. Look at where the supply is. Look at where you have your supply. This is the supply you have here. Have this liquidity resting above this. And that is why I want to see this on a smaller time frame. Look at, I stated this, that if price should want to sell from here, I will want to see confirmation. Market should be able to sweep this high. Market should be able to actually what? Sweep this high, give you a confirmation. This is what? Giving you a change of character here. Price comes back, then continue to the downside. Now, let's get to look at similar price action on Bitcoin. And as I say, it's very, very good. We always turn up for our Monday market analysis so that you get to actually learn and understand one or two. Okay, so for those that joined last 2 weeks or 3 weeks live section, we had this supply on Bitcoin we're looking at for, and we had a supply here. And I said from the 4 hours, this is an inducement. And if I actually want to look for a sell, market should actually what? Sweep this high. I think as of that Monday, we were actually looking for what? Market actually broke above this, and we were looking for what? A buy from this low, from this zone. I think we were looking for a buy, and market didn't fill our buy order at first. Then when market then came back into, I think there was a news event, and we had a stop loss on. We had a stop loss on this particular level. This was what we had on Bitcoin that day. Or let me get to mark this. Okay, so this was what we had on Bitcoin that day. And if you get to look at what happened now, look at this particular price action. I will go down to the 15 minutes so that you get to actually understand why I said that good. I want to see sweep of liquidity. So if you look at this point, we had this sweep. We had this sweep. Now, if you should go down to the 15 minutes, or let's put this on 15 minutes. All right, so this is BTC on 15 minutes. So look at the 15 minutes here. From the 15 minutes, you can see we had this push to the upside. Market took out the liquidity, resting. Based on this line, this was the high. Market took out this liquidity. After market took out that liquidity, what did we have again? We had this change of character at this level here. Price gave us this change of character. After which we had a break of structure. So having this break of structure, we had this supply. 15 minutes gave us this supply here. So that was the supply. This was the inducement. And what did you see? Price tapped into it and we had our sell. So basically that's what I want to see on gold. I want to see the smaller time frame price being able to sweep the supply. For those that actually were in the class, I think that's basically what we are going to be treating today. Liquidity sweep and reversal. So I think that's basically the topic we'll be handling today on the timetable. So now price swept this point. So that's basically what I'm expecting on gold. I want to see price actually take out this level, give us a change of character, a break of structure, then price comes back. So that's, if we don't get to see that on gold, then that supply zone, it's not something to look at for. Whether there is a fundamental or not, even the fundamental should be able to give us a confirmation. So best thing to do is wait for the fundamental to play out before we look out for entry confirmation. I don't know if you get, so that's it. Most of times you don't need to allow other people's bias or what they think to influence your own bias. Put your rules and work with your confluences. And if that chart doesn't meet your confluences, then there's no point. There's no point. You don't need to force that trade. So okay, you have your supply here. Still wait for confirmation, because if you're going in with aggressive entry mode, then might likely have a stop loss. So it's best you wait for market to actually give you entry confirmation to take. Okay, we have Ethereum EU in the comment section. I'm going to just take a quick look at EU, then Ethereum. Look at the Ethereum first. All right, so I will just look at this EU from the 4 hours because of time. Okay, so looking at EU from this level, so let's get to look at where the sell is coming from. We have this here. So at this point, we have a change of character. No, let me get to check that. Sorry. Okay, that was a sweep. So we had a change of character on the 4 hours here. Now let's get to look at where we have the external low being taken out. Overall, this was where we had the major change of character for this trend at that level, followed by a break of structure at this level. All right, so looking at this, seeing this level, I'm seeing this level here, and I'm just seeing something too here. So if we have this level and we have this fair value gap yet to be filled, then we have to delete this. We have to delete this level because price will use this as our inducement level. So from the 4 hours on EU for Eric, what we have, let's get to go down to the 2 hours. So on the 2 hours, this zone is still valid. Zone is still valid because I can still see we have this fair value gap yet to be filled. There's a fair value gap there yet to be filled. So that zone is still valid. So we want to see this price actually will take out this high, come back into this zone, and look out for more sell continuation to downside. So from 2 hours, this is what we have. On 1 hour, let's get to see. On 1 hour, this zone is looking more valid, but I'll prefer to go with 4 hours and 2 hours zone because that is what a higher time frame zone. So if you look from the 4 hours, this is valid, and we also have this on the 1 hour. So I'll prefer to go with it because since this zone is on the higher time frame, the higher time frame controls the lower time frame. So I'll actually want to work this. I actually want to, yeah. So let's get to look at Ethereum for this week. What do we have on Ethereum? Where are we going to on Ethereum? Man, looking at BTC, we should know that we already have similar price action, and we should be looking for something possible on Ethereum too. All right, so from Ethereum, I have this break of structure. There is a tiny break of structure at this level. Yeah. Have another one here. And let's get to see if we have another here. Alright, so mark our break of structures. Now, mark our break of structure. And if you look at this price action, I think this Ethereum is reacting to this level for pricing tap into that properly. But this was the level this price was trying to push up from. Okay, now let's look at the reason for the sell. A change of character here. Followed by this break of structure. Followed by another break of structure to the downside. Alright, so from the daily, we can see that the price is bearish. And where is the current supply we have to look at from the daily? We have this supply here. And this level, our liquidity. So from the daily, this is what we want to sell from, or this is where we want to sell from. So let's step down to the 4 hours. 4 hours, we have this break of structure, still intact, and we have, let's get to refine this zone properly. Okay, so this is what we have. We have this as our liquidity. We have this as our liquidity. Let's go down to the 1 hour to see if we can actually look for any possible buy opportunity to the upside. All right. So from this price action, we have a shift in price, telling us about price wants to start buying, and price came back to mitigate the other block, continue to the upside. We had another change of character here again, still give you more confirmation that price is buying, or we are in a bullish subtrend. We are in a bullish subtrend. So let's put this aside. So what do you want to see from this particular 1 hour time frame? We have this break to the upside. We have this break to the upside. We have this zone, this sitting at this level here. The price is yet to fuel this. This is what our liquidity being created at this level. So we want to see this price drop to this point, then continue to the upside. I'm seeing a possible supply on the 1 hour that might actually give this price a tough time. Let's get to look at that together. So if you look at this, I'm seeing this level. I'm actually seeing this level on the 1 hour. I'm seeing this level on the 1 hour, but we will actually get to approach this level with the entry confirmation. So on the 1 hour, this is the only supply I'm seeing here. And after that, I want to see price continue to 4 hours. Let's look at 2 hours. Looking at 2 hours and 4 hours, I won't want to work with this. I want to see more buy. I want to see price retrace back into this point, then continue the buy. I'll be looking for more buy opportunity. I get to this supply here. All of this liquidity should be taken out. So that's basically what I'll be looking at for on Ethereum. So this is what we have for the crypto traders in the house. This is what we have on Ethereum. Looking from the 2 hours, we want to see this price. Just me looking at this, you see that all criteria have been met. So this is what I want to see. Then the upside. First target. Our first target should be at this point before this high. And you already know the reason why I say that. There's a supply here. And if you have a supply, whether price will react to it or not, always take into consideration. This is it. So since you have a supply there, the best thing to do is take profit should be before the supply. Just in case market wants to react to this supply, you're already out of your trade. And holding a trade from year to year, this is over like 1:4 or 5. Let's get to put this now, and let's see together. You don't need to catch the entire move. Yeah, this is a 1:3 at this level, good. And if you are going with this one, this is a 1:5.5. So we can just say, okay, we want to just target 1:5. 1:5 is a very, very realistic take profit. Very, very realistic. So that's basically what you need to always do. Always set realistic take profit. Don't try aiming for unrealistic take profit. You want to target, you want to target a 1:20, a 1:100. No. Do 1:3. If you're able to even get 1:3 two times, that's 1:6 in a month, you're good. Two setup is even enough for you in a month. If you have a good account, 1:3, one trade in a month is even good. I'm telling you, you don't even need to be pursuing the market every day. Just one trade a month. If you're able to just hit one, you are good to go. If you're able to hit 2, 3, no problem. You're also good to go. You necessarily doesn't need to click buy and sell every day. Have some time for yourself. Have some time to look at your life offline too, and other things. Try to also improve your life in other aspects too. So, and less trading to also helps to improve your psychological well-being, physical and mental well-being. Because imagine trying to take like take like 5 trade in a week, and you have like 3 stop losses. And let's say the other 2 trades that went in your favor, they came back to hit your break even 1:1. A lot of times, your whole psychology will just be messed up. So always try to protect your mental well-being. It's very, very important. And that is why quality trades over quantity. If you don't see your setup, sit back, do something else. All right, so I want us to look at GBP JPY. We just have less than 6 minutes left, so that people going to work and people going for other things can actually step. All right, so here on GBP JPY, we have our daily time frame. Our daily time frame. Our daily time frame. And I think the smart candles is actually trying to put up something. I wasn't supposed to announce this not till December, but we're actually trying to put up something. And at the end of the year, I'm thinking of actually what I don't know the reward or what the price should look like, but we are thinking of actually rewarding our top 2 or top 3 active participants during our live sections. And I think we'll actually do the voting on maybe during one of the live sections. We'll actually do the voting within there about December ending, and basically maybe most punctual or 2 to 3 most active participant in all of our live section. Those that always show up and they're always actively participating using the comment section. So we are thinking about that, and we have to at least show them appreciation for their time and always turning up, in as much as they are coming to learn, but they always show up each day. And yeah, so we're also thinking of something like that too, just to inform everyone. All right, so I just want to look at, okay, let's just still get to look at the left hand side for maybe those that don't understand. All right, so this is the high liquidity here, and that's what I always do when I come to my chart. I always try to look at where is the price coming from, where is the price heading to. Very, very important. So at this one, we can see this price is targeting this high. We're moving to the upside all the way from what? From the down. BGP has been buying like crazy buys to the upside. Price tapped into this demand level, price has been moving to the upside. So this is what we have. On this side, on this level here, and we have this point here, we have this demand. On the daily, we have this demand, and this is the last break of structure on this point. All right, so this is what we have here on the daily level. Let me mark the right zone. Okay, so let's step down to the 4 hours now. Let's step down to the 4 hours. Let's get to see if there is any trade ideas for us. Anything for us for the week, month. All right, so this is what we have on GG. GG, our very good friend. This is what we have on GJ. And what can we see? Let's get to read the internal price action to the downside. So we had this change of character at that point, followed by what? A break of structure, followed by another what? Break. But I believe we all know why this price reacted from this level, because we've actually what? Discussed this previously. There was a zone on 1 hour, and that was what pushed this price to the upside. All right, so if you look at this price now, what do we have? Let's get to look at this. We have this sweep, and price then gave us this change of character. So we have this change of character at this level. Having this change of character, what do you want to see? What do you want to see? First thing I want to see on this pair is this level. This is my 4-hour zone. I want to see. I have my fair value gap. I have this fair value gap, and I have this point as what? My liquidity. This is what I have. So we have this liquidity given to us at this point. All right, so this is what I want to see on GBP JPY. So all of this trade will be sent to the Telegram community, WhatsApp, and Telegram, and even the monitoring will also be shared on the group. Hopefully, thank God, this week I'll be very, very active. Like, I'll be super, super active. Yeah, I know last week I was very, very engaged and offline, but this week we are going to actually what? See what we can get from the market before I get to disappear again. So I'm fine. I'm fine. It's not like I'm sick or something. I'm fine. So this is what we want to see on GBP JPY. So I actually want to know in the comment section if this live section was actually what? Educative. You actually got value from this live section, and if you've actually been getting value from this channel, please, I will do it. I would like to actually what? See that in the comment section before we leave. So let me know your thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Have you actually gotten value from this channel? Have this channel actually what? Improve your life in trading? Has it actually what? Improve your psychological aspect of trading, skill-wise, technical analysis, and everything in general? If you've actually gotten one or two from this channel, please, I would like to hear your thoughts in this comment. Leave it in the comment section, and if there's anything you actually want us to improve on during our live section, or you want us to improve on this particular channel, please do it to leave it in the comment section. Now let's get to discuss and get to reason as a family. And for the award coming up by December, I think from my own view, I think I have like 2 persons that have been very, very active, but I don't need to call the name, their names here, but they've been very, 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 very active, like very, 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 very super active, and you get to always notice them that they are actively participating, or they are live with us on this live stream every week. You can't come to this live stream and you don't see them show up. At least, let's say out of like 10 live streams, they've attended like 7, and we'll always notice them. Okay, so Excel said All live sections and classes I've attended have changed my trading game by far. Thank you, sir. We keep learning each day. Thank you, Jesse. So please do well to also leave your thoughts in the comment section, and that will actually what help to encourage me more to always show up and keep helping those that need to actually what improve their trading games, because showing up daily is not actually easy. I understand, even for newbie and even for myself, it's not actually easy with my busy schedule, but still I always try to make out time because I know a lot of persons actually need this educational value, and we have to always be there to help them, see them throughout their trading period. So Mr. Paul said, this channel has improved my trading skill, honestly. Yeah. Thank you. Eric said it's very, very educating. Yeah. Thank you. If you've not actually given a thumbs up to this live section, please do that. Or if you want to give me a thumbs up, then I will send my USDT address to everyone's DM for you to credit me. Just say I've actually learned a lot from this channel. Yeah. I'm very, very grateful having everyone here and us always turning up, trying to always support the channel, because you turning up each day, you also support me. Why I also support you and also get to give out value that I have in me being transferred to you to actually improve your own trading. So we have to always sharpen ourselves. We always have to show up, because the only way to success is uh, you being consistent. You always doing what you have to do. Some days are very, very hard. It's kind of like very, very hectic showing on the chart, more especially when you get to have some losses, but we have to keep showing up. We have to keep showing up. That's the honest and sincere truth. We have to keep showing up. So today is Monday, and as we go about our various streams, live and everything try this week, we pray that may the Lord be with us all, guide and protect us, and see us all through. See you all next week, Monday. Stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and I hope a day will come we'll all meet at a round table to actually what feast at a joint as community members and those that have actually what stayed up, keep pushing, keep showing up. So bye for now, and hope to see you next week Monday. And while you're coming on Monday, please do where to come with someone. Very, very important. Do where to come with someone. Where to come with someone. All right, so let's call it a day here. All chat will also be sent on the community WhatsApp and Telegram. So do have a nice day. Bye.